Welcome to this tutorial on Azure Synapse Data Ingestion, a comprehensive guide to help you understand the process of importing data into Azure Synapse. Analytics. Azure Synapse is a cloud-based enterprise data warehouse that allows you to integrate and analyze data from various sources. First, let's start with the key concepts. Data ingestion is the process of importing data from various sources into a centralized repository. In Azure Synapse, you can ingest data from on-premises data sources, cloud storage, and other cloud services. To ingest data into Azure Synapse, you need to create a new pipeline. A pipeline is a series of activities that extract data from a source, transform the data, and load it into a destination. You can create a pipeline using the Azure Synapse Studio, which is a user-friendly interface that allows you to design, deploy, and manage your pipelines. To create a pipeline, navigate to the Azure Synapse Studio and click on the Pipelines tab. Then, click on the New Pipeline button and select the data source you want to ingest data from. Azure Synapse supports a wide range of data sources, including Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Lake Storage, and on-premises data sources. Once you have selected the data source, you need to configure the connection settings. This includes specifying the authentication method, server name, and database name. You also need to specify the data format, such as CSV, JSON, or Parquet. After configuring the connection settings, you need to specify the data ingestion method. Azure Synapse supports two data ingestion methods: bulk loading and streaming. Bulk loading is used to ingest large amounts of data in batches, while streaming is used to ingest real-time data. Once you have specified the data ingestion method, you can configure the data transformation activities. This includes data mapping, data filtering, and data aggregation. You can use the Azure Synapse Mapping Data Flow activity to transform the data. Finally, you need to deploy the pipeline and monitor its execution. You can use the Azure Synapse Studio to monitor the pipeline execution and troubleshoot any issues that may arise. In terms of best practices, it is recommended to use the Azure Synapse Studio to design and deploy your pipelines. You should also use the bulk loading method for large datasets and the streaming method for real-time data. Additionally, you should configure the data transformation activities to ensure that the data is properly transformed and loaded into the destination. In conclusion, Azure Synapse Data Ingestion is a powerful tool that allows you to import data from various sources into a centralized repository. By following the steps outlined in this tutorial, you can create a pipeline to ingest data into Azure Synapse and start analyzing your data. Remember to use the Azure Synapse Studio to design and deploy your pipelines, and configure the data transformation activities to ensure that the data is properly transformed and loaded into the destination.